All right.
Hey there.
Hi.
Alrighty. You can hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
So I guess they're still assigning participants.
Mm-hmm.
And then what do I do the share screen right now or in a bit?
What's that, Michelle?
Should I do the screen share now?
Oh, like where I can share my screen?
Hmm.
Yeah, let me actually that's a good idea. Why don't I set that up now so I can just make sure because I gotta make sure I got the right screen. Oh yeah, allow me to though, because it says I can't.
Okay. How about that?
Well, that's your screen. Can I share my screen?
Oh, shoot. Okay. Sorry.
If you click the little up up arrow on the share screen, then you should be able to allow me to share.
Okay. Can you try that real quick?
Oh yeah, now I can. Okay, cool.
Hey, awesome.
All right. I
Okay.
will share. The one thing I don't love about sharing is I can't see everyone on the side here. Let me see if I can make that bigger. And I guess we'll wait a couple more moments until more people pop in. Michelle, could you like let me know when everyone has found their room so we know there's not any like stragglers?
Sure. Yeah, we
Um,
have like
yeah,
6 more unassigned participants.
okay, perfect.
Kind of just floating in the break room, in the main room. So let's see, 5 more. But yeah, let's get started. Just a little bit of housekeeping. So we will be learning from Haley today about bookkeeping. I'm very excited with that because I'm very bad at that. So and I actually picked this breakout room myself, and I'm just really excited to hear from you, Haley. So make sure you guys are on mute so we can hear her very clearly of her wisdom and her guidance about bookkeeping. Do take notes. And Haley will be checking in on the chat if you have a question or comment. So do feel free to type in your thoughts. Okay. So okay, I think we can start now, Haley.
Okay, great. So, hello, good morning. Thanks for having me on today. As Michelle said, my name's Haley. I'm the owner and founder of Thrive Bookkeeping. As you can see on the screen, I started my business in 2017. So we've been doing this for a decent amount of time, and we focus specifically on real estate. And I'm not talking realtors. Many non-real estate people think realtors when I say that, although I'm sure you guys know real estate investing covers a huge range of things, long-term rental ownership, short-term rentals, property managers, flippers. We've even worked with syndications as well as self-storage management as well. So we really have a deep understanding of all things real estate investing. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about what exactly a bookkeeper does, as well as how bookkeeping can help you grow your business faster and take your business to that next level. But before we get started, if you could take a minute to pop open the chat and just tell me a little bit about, or like mention what type of investing you focus in. So again, long-term rentals, short-term rentals, multifamily, property management, etc. And then also feel free to keep that box open, drop questions in as we go, and I'll try and check in as we go through. Some questions I may save till the end, others I may answer um, while we go through the presentation. So I'm seeing several multifamily. So Michelle, you do multifamily, Karima and Samantha multifamily as well. Okay, awesome. Fantastic. That's all I'm seeing so far. But all right, let's move on to our next slide here. Okay, so this is the team at Thrive Bookkeeping. I figured I'd take a minute to chat about who we are and what we love to do. So we really love that as bookkeepers, we get to play a key role in our clients reaching our goals. So we are also really dedicated at Thrive Bookkeeping to provide that higher level of service than your average bookkeeper. And as real estate investors, as you grow your business, you will see this is something that is key to your industry in particular. You can't just have your average bookkeeper who doesn't understand what an asset is, how to purchase a property and enter that closing statement, things like that. So we understand that aspect of the business, and we're definitely committed to going above and beyond to support our clients in any way possible. So here you can see several of our team members. They're really passionate about helping our clients. And this silhouette here, I love to put this in because it really represents our client. And I know it's a little bit kitschy maybe to put it in, but truly we partner with all of our clients, meeting with them really frequently. So we know them as well as their business intimately. And our mission is to make your financial statements and your financial management as seamless as possible so that our clients can then focus on doing what they do best, which is finding more investment opportunities. So let's get started with the main point of our presentation, which is how can effective bookkeeping help you reach your goals faster? So we're going to go over some key areas within your business, such as profitability analysis, cash flow management, financial reporting. And each of these components are critical for building a strong financial foundation as you grow your business that can then help ensure your long-term success. But first, I want to talk about the difference between a bookkeeper and a CPA and why having a dedicated bookkeeper is essential for your business. One last thing is just remember to feel free to drop any questions in the chat as we go through. All right, so first, I want to clear up a common misconception. A bookkeeper is not a CPA. I know that we touched on this in the initial room earlier. Kim mentioned this. Both are essential parts of your financial team, but they serve different purposes, okay? So a bookkeeper's primary role is maintaining accurate and up-to-date financial records in real time. So this includes tracking your income and your expenses, purchases of properties, sales of properties, and then taking what happens in your bank account and making sure that what we have tracking in our accounting software matches up. We also do things like managing accounts payable and receivable. So we'll discuss more about why that is super important within your business to have someone doing this for you. But a bookkeeper does a lot more than just keep your books in order. We are a trusted advisor and strategic partner. So we help you understand your financial situation in real time, allowing you to make informed decisions quickly. And as real estate investors, I'm sure you know, you're in an industry that moves really fast, and you need to know how much actual cash flow you have at any given time. So think about your bookkeeper as the foundation of your financial house, so to speak. Without accurate and timely records, your entire financial strategy could be at risk. We also act as a liaison between you and other key professionals, such as CPAs, financial advisors, bankers, payroll specialists, for example. So when it's time to prepare your taxes, your bookkeeper ensures that your CPA has all the accurate and detailed information you need. So this not only makes tax season much smoother, but it also can help significantly increase your deductions and reduce your liabilities. So also work might help you. There, she must be back. Michelle's back. All right.
Sorry, I got kicked out of the breakout. I think I kicked myself out of the breakout.
Sorry. That's okay. You didn't miss much. So anyway, in summary, a CPA can help with tax strategy and compliance, but a bookkeeper is there with you on the everyday, ensuring that you have a clear and accurate picture of your financial health. So by partnering with a skilled bookkeeper that knows real estate bookkeeping, you can actually streamline your operations, reduce your risks, and then focus on doing what you do best, which is growing your business. All right, so here is the big question of the day. How can a bookkeeper help you reach your goals faster? So the answer lies in two key areas: financial management and strategic insight. So by leveraging the skills and expertise of a real estate bookkeeper, you can gain a significant advantage in maintaining your real estate investments more efficiently and effectively. So a bookkeeper doesn't just keep track of your transactions. They provide valuable insight in financial management services that make sure that your books are accurate, organized, and up to date, which again, as a real estate professional, having up to date information is really key. So beyond managing your finances, a bookkeeper also helps you drive your business forward. So we can analyze your financial data and provide insights into the future of what actions you can take to grow your business, which will help you make more informed decisions, optimize your operations, and ultimately accelerate your progress towards your goals. So in the next several slides, I'm going to go over four main ways actually that a bookkeeper can help you get to this. All right, let's see. So first of all, let's start by discussing profitability management. So one of the key ways a bookkeeper helps you reach your goals faster is by providing a clear understanding of how your properties are actually performing. So this involves profitability analysis. So I like to think of this as looking into the past. We look at your historical financial data, which your bookkeeper will be maintaining as time goes on, and we can determine which properties are achieving your profit margins that you want to achieve and which ones are underperforming. So again, as a multifamily owner, this is key to knowing what investments are actually working for you and what aren't. And this can be crucial in making informed decisions about your portfolio, which doesn't just include the properties you currently have. You can also then discover what areas are working for you or what type exactly of multifamily home should you be looking at. So again, a bookkeeper can help you identify those properties that are consistently generating those strong returns. These are your star performers, the assets you want to invest more of, or again, use as models for future acquisitions. But then on the flip side, your bookkeeper can also point out underperforming properties. These are ones that may be draining your resources and not providing the returns that you're looking for. Once those are identified, then you can choose to hold on to the asset and hope for improvement, make some adjustments, or potentially consider selling them and freeing up some capital for more promising investments. So for instance, we recently did this with a client. We looked at each of their properties on a month-over-month basis and discovered that a couple of his rental properties were actually dragging him down. He's really passionate about flipping and he's really great at making a lot of money in flipping. So he actually chose to sell those properties. He made money on those properties and then was able to focus on creating a positive cash flow in his flipping properties, which is what he's also passionate about. So by looking into the past and analyzing the profitability of each of those properties, we can ensure that you have a solid understanding of where you actually stand. This retrospective insight is a foundation that you can build future strategies on. All right, let me double check in the chat. We don't have any questions popping up. Just feel free again to add any questions you have, and we can either look at them while we're going through or at the end. So in our next slide here, we're going to talk about looking into the future now with budgeting and forecasting. All right, so if you have ever struggled with cash flow, drop like a crying emoji or some other emoji to illustrate how you felt in the chat here. Effective cash flow management is critical for any real estate investor. We're working with really large amounts of money sometimes here. Now, sometimes, of course, deals don't require any money down, but sometimes we do need a large amount of cash. So this plays working with a bookkeeper to know what your cash position is key to maintaining that healthy cash flow. So you can be in a point of feeling like you have good cash flow, and that can change really quickly if you're not really staying on top of the future projections in your business. So first, let's talk about budgeting and forecasting. Your bookkeeper can help you create a detailed budget and forecast for your coming year, 2 years, even 5 years out by looking at your historical data, as well as discussing with you your future plans. So this plays into how at Thrive Bookkeeping, we love to actually know what the actual goals are of our clients so that we can keep that in mind as we work on reaching those goals. So this means by doing the budgeting, you can anticipate income, anticipate expenses, and it allows you to plan for upcoming investments as well as potential shortfalls. So you can plan ahead if you want to purchase a big property. What do we need to do to get there? A well-crafted budget can help you allocate your resources efficiently and ensures that you have the funds needed for maintenance, improvements, as well as new acquisitions. lots of moving parts in real estate that we need to make sure that we have reserves of cash for as well. But budgeting and forecasting, that's really just the beginning. Ongoing cash flow management also includes monitoring your accounts receivable and your accounts payable. Your bookkeeper should keep a close eye on these accounts. We at Thrive Bookkeeping either keep an eye on them for our business owners, or we actually will maintain them completely, paying bills and creating and sending invoices or rent payments, things like that. Your bookkeeper can keep a close eye on these to ensure that money is flowing in and out of your business as expected. So these play into understanding what your actual cash is. You may have $100,000 in the bank, but if you have $50,000 in outstanding payables, then you really only have $50,000 to your name. On the converse side, you may have, $10,000 in the bank and think that's all you've got. But if you have, tenants not paying or receivables that are lagging, you could potentially have a lot more money that's owed to you. And so maintaining that can be really key. So this also involves, like I said, tracking rental income, ensuring that tenants are paying on time. And a lot of the ways that we do this is we can recommend softwares that would help. We have partnerships with other vendors and things like that that can make sure that we maintain receiving your rents on time, for example. So by staying on top of these accounts receivable, a bookkeeper can help you to avoid those cash shortages that would disrupt your operations. And then by managing the accounts payable, we can help you maintain good relationships with your vendors, avoiding late fees and interest charges and things like that. So we recently actually worked on a cleanup for a client. They had over $1 million in open bills. This number was actually not accurate, and it made coming up with what actual bills were due and monitoring cash flow essentially impossible. We had to true up his accounts payable report. So now that number is correct and significantly lower. And he knows how much working capital he has by looking at that number in relation to what is in his bank account. This report is also now reconciled monthly so that we know that it is absolutely accurate. So in summary, effective cash flow management gives you a clear view of your financial future and helps you to navigate it successfully. With a bookkeeper's help, you can ensure that your real estate investments remain financially healthy and that you're prepared as well for any financial challenges that may come up. All right, next we're going to talk about the importance of financial reporting and how it keeps you informed as you make decisions. So this puts the pieces of the puzzle of your financial picture together. So I need you guys to chat here. Can you tell me, when was the last time you sat down with your CPA or bookkeeper to go over your financial reports in detail? And this could be never, potentially, could be the answer. But think about that at least, even if you don't put it in the chat there. All right, we do have one never. Awesome. So this is a key and foundational service that we provide. And this is one of those things that for every single client we do financial reporting. Some choose to have budgeting and forecasting, accounts payable, accounts receivable management, those kinds of things. But financial reporting is a key building block in our service to our clients. These monthly statements that we provide to our clients gives them a clear and comprehensive picture of their financial status. And it includes your balance sheet, which shows your assets that you own, as well as liabilities you owe, like loans, hard money loans, credit cards, things like that. And your income statement, which shows the real-time money that you have coming in and out, as well as a statement of cash flows, which you've probably never heard of and can be kind of a confusing report to look at, but we walk through our clients every single month if they need to make sure that you actually understand what this list of confusing numbers look like. Another thing that we do with our clients as well, because I know that looking at a report full of numbers can just be super overwhelming, we track KPIs and create little graphics that show you some of those key performance indicators that you want to see. So talking about KPIs, this is also an essential thing that we can track in real estate. Things like occupancy rates, rental yields, return on investments. What if you have 3 different types of income, which one is your main earner, and what are like the profit margins on that, things like that. These KPIs can help you measure your success in your properties and then again, make informed decisions about your portfolio. So it's good to look at the business as a whole, of course, but being real estate investors, looking at each property is key as you figure out what your actual profitability is. Additionally, your bookkeeper explores possible tax deductions. So I know your CPA does this, but what I've found is working day to day with our clients, we're able to understand what deductions they can have, what would be useful to them. I don't know every single thing about tax code, but we work closely with CPAs so that we can then make sure that we're giving you like specific and tailored advice to your exact scenario. We also can help identify unnecessary expenses as we're going through your book so you can cut costs and improve your profitability. We also keep track of loan payments. This is a critical aspect. Your bookkeeper ensures that your loan payments are made on time. This avoids penalties, maintains your creditworthiness, as well as if you're working with hard money lenders, having a quality relationship with them where you're paying them frequent or on time is super duper important, especially if you ever want to increase how much you're drawing on those hard money loans. So these reports are also in that financing vein vital when it comes to securing finances. So whether you're looking for hard money lenders, loans, mortgages, other types of financing, having detailed and accurate financial reports can significantly improve your chances of approval as well as the amount that you can get approved for. So lenders want to see that you have a strong handle on your finances, as well as they want to be able to see what you have in assets currently, especially if we're talking syndications and things like that. And regular reporting is a key part of demonstrating that. The real value of financial reporting, though, is how it brings all these elements together, providing you with a complete and accurate financial picture. So a good bookkeeper doesn't just send you a list of reports every month. They meet with you to ensure that you understand everything your reports are telling you and are able to answer questions that you have. This is something that we do in our business. Every single one of our clients has a link to our scheduler and can schedule a meeting with us at any time. This proactive approach helps you make informed decisions, right? And stay on top of your financial game. So in the next slide, we're going to talk about the last item, which is how effective bookkeeping can help you manage your time better, allowing you to focus on your business. But let me just check back with the chat real quick. Okay, Karima said, this is helpful. I'm a midwife and now a multifamily syndicator. I don't have a bookkeeper or a CPA. I have a tax preparer and I think it's time. That is awesome. And that's a good point, thinking that it's time, which we'll kind of go over a little bit in the next slide. Basically, you always need to do bookkeeping of some sort, whether that is just handing a spreadsheet with a short list of your income and expenses or getting more and more detailed. But I would suggest if you are planning on growing your business to be your full-time gig, making sure that you have accurate reports sooner than later is key. We do a lot of cleanups that are messy, time-consuming, and expensive. And so keeping good records, however that starts for you, is definitely key. But knowing when to move to something more is also important. So let's talk about that time management, kind of like Karima was mentioning. So as real estate investors, of course, your time is one of your most precious resources. Real estate investors are grinding constantly to find that next deal. And effective bookkeeping streamlines the financial process of your business, allowing you to then focus on the money-making opportunities. So for example, with Thrive Bookkeeping here, we provide a dedicated text and email line for receipts for each of our clients. It's a specific email for each of our clients, a specific number to text to. And this way you can easily send receipts to us without interrupting your day, giving us the information we need to complete your books and keep them up to date, as well as allowing you to stay focused on your core activities. And you're also able to, if you go to Home Depot and you're buying something for 123 Main Street, you can let us know in that message so that we then don't need to ask you later what it was for. And again, this goes back to then being able to take a look at the profitability of specific properties and things like that. We can track stuff very specifically to properties. So investors are always on the lookout, of course, for the next big deal, but many find themselves lacking that time, any like actual extra downtime for relaxing, spending time with family. Good bookkeeping can also be a significant step towards reclaiming your time and achieving a better work-life balance. So I've had several clients that have said that they have been making the bookkeeping happen on their own, but it sucks 5 to 10, even more hours at a time out of their month each month that they do it. And it's just because that's not their area of expertise. They, as an investor, you are a salesperson, you are hunting down those deals, spending time trying to figure out QuickBooks or figure out a spreadsheet, looking at your bank statements is not something that you have time to do. And so often they get to a point where they are wasting too much time on those things. So another thing that we can do with efficient bookkeeping is the strategic growth planning. So this is another key point to growing your business. We can help you plan for adding employees so that you can delegate tasks and scale your business effectively. We can assist you in identifying the milestones you need to hit in order to make a certain take-home income and provide a clear roadmap for your financial goals. And then again, we maintain vendor relations, ensuring that bills continue to get paid on time, even if you are away from the business, which is a huge goal that many of our clients have, is they want to be able to actually take a vacation without thinking about the business. So we can play an important role in that. And as I'm sure you kind of gathered, those couple of points go into forecasting and budgeting, the cash flow management, all of those things tie together to give you more time and peace of mind. So an example that we have within our business, we recently did this for a property management company who wanted to hire an office assistant. We took a look at their numbers and what they received in management fees from their current properties that they managed, short-term rentals, and we calculated that if they signed 3 more owners to their company, they would have that extra money to pay an assistant without eating into their current margins. So they were able to know, okay, I can go out and sell 3 properties, no problem. And they made it happen. So imagine being able to know that and be able to reach those goals, to hit those milestones in your business. Hiring an assistant for this particular company was a huge step in growing his business bigger because now he's able to service his current clients better, sell more often because he's not spending time in the office, and he can delegate more and more tasks to that office manager. Additionally, again, be able to imagine being able to go on a vacation without worrying about the financial health of your business, or being able to just have more time to spend with your family, knowing that your finances are in good hands. So this flexibility and peace of mind is what good bookkeeping can offer. So in summary, by freeing up your time through streamlined financial management, you can pursue more opportunities within your business. You can enjoy a better work-life balance. And ultimately, you can just grow your business more efficiently and effectively. All right, let's check back in the chat. We got a little something. Okay. So Karima said, I do it myself, but having a bookkeeper is next. Yes, I will share my contact info in just a second. Oh, and actually, while I'm looking through the chat, this is a little bit about what it's like to work with Thrive Bookkeeping. So just briefly, first of all, I was wondering, those of you that have a bookkeeper, if there are any, how have they helped you reach your goals? Or what is a goal that, having heard this, you think having a bookkeeper could help you achieve the goal? And while you think about that, this is just a quick little slide about what it's like to work with us. So we do a free discovery call with any potential business that wants to work with us. We talk about your goals, again, talking about the future, as well as the current needs of your business, any pain points that we need to go over. Then we go through the onboarding process. Once we've worked out an agreement, we gather all the relevant business documentations to get going. We have a client portal that we set you up with, as well as I mentioned, your dedicated text line for receipts and things like that. Finally, we take over ongoing services. So we take over and complete the monthly, sometimes quarterly bookkeeping for our clients and maintain that while also meeting with you frequently. And from here, we continue to develop a really close relationship. I'm proud to say that while we have several bookkeepers that work with us, I have a personal and close relationship with every one of our clients. We have many of them that have been with us for 5+ years as they've grown their business, and it's so fun to get to watch them reach their goals as we go through year over year. All right, so here is my info, but then I'll also just drop it in the chat as well, so that you can easily copy and paste it if you need to. this is my contact info for you. Again, I'm Haley. I'm the owner of Thrive Bookkeeping. We have bookkeepers that are well versed in real estate bookkeeping as well that work with us. And I'm sure if we are in touch, you'll get to know some of them as well. All right, so that about covers where I'm at. Do we have any questions? If anyone feels like they want to unmute and talk through any like real life questions, I'm happy to do that as well, or drop some more things in the chat.
All right, awesome. Awesome. Anybody have any questions?
Hi, yeah, I'm Tekarima. I'm trying to cook and be on here, but so my question was yeah, like once we book a call with you, I was told because you might as well get a team, like the bookkeeping might recommend the CPA. I have the tax repair guy who's been the past 5 years. So do you have like a team you work with, or is it like, do I just go find a CPA somewhere else? Or usually they're like, yeah, you want to kind of get people who already work together.
Yeah, definitely. And that's a great point. I have a couple of CPAs that I love, one in particular that I have a close working relationship with. I usually recommend the CPA that I work with myself because as the bookkeeper, I mentioned that we're kind of like a professional liaison for our clients. I work closely with our client CPA throughout the year to make sure that we're understanding tax deductions, how we can make things work best for your business. And the more hands-off that my client can be with their CPA at year end, the more I can do for them, the better I feel like I've done my job.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I'll book a consult call with you later, but yeah, because there's a bunch of questions and like, what forms would you need? Like all the banks, like I have two
Yeah,
banks,
absolutely.
2 businesses. Yeah, like all the logistics. But thank you. This was really
For sure. And just so you all know too, the easiest way to book a call with me is to go to my website, which I put in the chat, and there is a link to book a discovery call that has my calendar on there. So that's the easiest way. And then Cody, you said, thank you for your info and time. Oh, I appreciate that. You weren't aware of bookkeeping and the skills they provide. Fantastic. Yes, bookkeeping is something that every single business does, whether you realize it or not. And whether you're the bookkeeper or you have someone else doing it. And not all bookkeeping is created equal, but you need to know what your income is and what your expenses are. And then depending on your tax structure, your assets and your liabilities and things like that as well, in order to do your taxes every single year. And that can be a huge headache or it can be an easy process. So yeah, so thank you for that, Cody. I appreciate you hopping in and I'm glad that this was helpful for you. All right, anyone else? I know we do have, I don't know, we actually probably have about 10 minutes left to either shoot the breeze or talk more about bookkeeping. So
Yes, I have a question, Haley. So, because I'm pretty sure all of us are doing multifamily here in this
yeah, it did look like it.
room. Yeah. So oftentimes we work with distressed properties. Some of them are like owned by like mom and pops, and I've heard of, like instances where the owners don't have like those financial statements, like on computer. They don't even have the spreadsheet. They do everything by hand. And so how do you deal with that so we can still get a good profitability analysis if the info is scarce?
Are you talking about like of a property you would potentially be planning to purchase?
Yeah.
That's a good question. Honestly, with that kind of thing, I don't know what your usual process is for deal analysis, but of course, like looking at comps in the area, what the taxes are like, what the assessment is going to be for taxes, for example. So from a bookkeeping perspective, looking at potential deals, if someone's not doing their bookkeeping, there's not like a whole lot that I can do if I'm not looking at a financial statement. So it'd more be like whatever your process is of, what vendors you would use and things like that. And a lot of my clients have a detailed spreadsheet that they use to do deal analysis before they make a purchase. But then as a bookkeeper, some of more like the future analysis is, after running your new property for 3 to 6 months, you've made all the repairs, you've got new tenants, whatever, then we can start doing some of that profitability analysis to make sure that it's cash flowing for you.
Sounds good.
To be honest, I mean, in real estate, buying a property is, it's always a bit of a risk, right? You never know what the market's going to do or if you're going to get good tenants and things like that. But a bookkeeper can definitely help with it as it's in your business for sure.
Thank you. And
Yeah.
then do you offer services like anywhere in the US?
Yes, yeah, we have clients from New York State all the way to Washington State. So yeah, so we work with anyone. We try and keep our hours relatively open. So I'm in Central Time. My Pacific Time clients are usually able to find a time as well to meet with us and things like that.
Yeah, that's good to know because I'm in New York and New Jersey. I'm licensed in the States as a midwife. So that's my question was like, would you recommend starting now or until I get my first deal? Because I'm 3 months into MFM and we're working hard on the deal. But I mean, I am a home birth midwife. I have my own practice. So there's definitely thing to be done there. But like, would you say until I get the first deal or just go ahead and them both together?
So that's a great question. And I know that I think Kim had mentioned like a lot of you are working towards having this be your main form of income, right? And I mentioned that everyone does bookkeeping, whether it's you or hiring someone. In these early stages, often you can find like a spreadsheet template, for example, that you can kind of enter in those income and expenses. If it's like a really low amount of income and expenses that you're experiencing, you can definitely maintain that on your own until you're overwhelmed by the amount of work or you have enough properties going on that it would make sense. But early on, especially with some of these like buy and hold properties, there's like a heavy amount of expenses in the beginning, right? When you're like fixing it up, purchasing it and everything like that. But once you do, get a tenant in there, it can kind of even out and it can be manageable on your end. Also, I think it's awesome that you're a home birth midwife. I have 4 kids and 2 of them were born at home on purpose with a home birth midwife. So
congratulations. Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Perfect.
Anybody else?
Yeah. I know someone popped out. Must have gotten bored of our conversation, but
I also have 4 kids.
nice.
Yeah. How old are your kids, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, they're pretty young. Let's see. I have 5, 4, 2, and 1.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. 3 girls and a boy.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. I have 2 boys and 2 girls. Yeah. But
That's
mine
nice.
are like grown, like 19, 15, one turning 13 next week, one turning 10 next month. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about you? Is it Takarima?
It's the T, Tecarima. Yeah, it's a Wirarica name. We're native from Mexico.
Oh.
My oldest is almost 18, and then 10 and 11, and all were born at home in the sweat lodge, earth with the fire. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, my first 2, one was in the hospital unmedicated, and then the second one we barely got to the hospital, and she was born at the front desk, like right in front of the elevators and everything. And then we were like, let's just go the home birth route for the next couple. So, but
Beautiful.
Cody, Sydney, if you feel like chiming in how many kids you have or anything like that, feel free. So it's not just us chatting away, but.
I was even gonna say just about the bookkeeping in general. Yeah, I booked a time already on your calendar.
Oh,
so I want to
fantastic.
explore that. Yeah, because I have enough properties now that at least enough units that it makes sense to start looking at this.
Yeah.
I am wondering if it's something I could do on my own or if it's something I would need a dedicated service. I did sign up recently for QuickBooks.
Okay.
And just at first glance, it does seem like a lot for me to be doing by myself and figuring out all on my own. So I don't know yet. So when we speak, we'll see, what the optimal.
Yeah, for sure. And one thing that we do for all people that book a discovery call with us, so not only do we chat for about an hour, but then I call it a diagnostic review, where essentially I'll take a look at, basically the scope of work, your current software, and if there's any cleanups that need to happen, any adjustments that need to be made, so that I can then come up with a customized proposal for you. And I should mention also, so we do a monthly fee. It's tailored based on whatever our client needs, but it's the same amount every month, which is nice. Again, talking about budgeting, being able to know exactly how much that you're paying, on a monthly basis.
And being honest, one of the things that led me to this is that I was audited by the state, not IRS, but by the state,
Okay.
and they asked for everything. And I've spent the last couple of weeks trying to gather all this information, and
Yeah.
I'm so overwhelmed. I asked them for an extension. I haven't heard back yet on the deadline, that is, to get them all the information. I haven't heard back yet, and just the sheer amount of time I've spent in the last couple of weeks trying to gather all this information. Then when I signed up for QuickBooks, I realized that bookkeeping is one of those things that I could even take a picture of invoices in real time
Exactly.
as I spend and upload it to the system, and it
Yeah.
reconciles, or at least with my help reconciles it. This could have been a one-time report
Right.
that I click and export and send it over to them. Instead, I spent weeks doing this.
Yeah.
So I want to explore that so that, next time if I'm ever audited again, I don't have to go through all this.
Well, and so yeah, definitely speaking of that, so I mentioned our receipt management. That is something that's key if you have an audit. So if you took like a meals deduction for a year and you get audited, they want to see every receipt and explain that, like, so that you can show this was definitely a meal, for example. And then also, I don't know if you know how they choose who they audit, but it's based on like other businesses in the area, similar businesses, and how your, tax returns compare. And so again, working with a bookkeeper to just make sure that your and your CPA as well, but your deductions kind of match with like the market trend can help significantly minimize your chance of being audited. We only have a minute left. So Cody, did you have something you wanted to say real quick?
Oh, you said something about kids. I didn't have any kids, and I just started like this electrical business. So I've just been doing calls and stuff. But I've been trying to pay attention to you, and then like the bookkeeping,
Oh,
trying to take notes. I was like taking pictures of all my receipts and stuff lately. So it's
nice.
just kind of been a whirlwind. But I'm trying to get out of it to go into
Yeah.
multifamily because I kind of got sucked into that. But yeah, I don't know. Trying to learn more of the LLC and all the taxes. It's kind of was like, do I still want to do this? So that's all. But I know it's kind of wrapping up. So
Yeah, we only got 30 seconds left.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all so much for coming. I do hope that it really was useful. You have my information if you want to talk further, even if you save it, for the future, or we talk now. So, all right, we'll see you back in the main room.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you. Hello.
How are y'all doing?
Good. I'm gonna take off the recording.